Hey everybody. Hey guys, so welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I am giving out acting tips and I do short films every once in a while on Chica's Truth. Welcome. So, you want to be an actor. Okay. I'm actually kind of in the beginning stages of it where I am doing student films. So how to get started? First of all, you need to take classes. Not all classes cost money, by the way. If you really look, you can find some classes on meetup.com that are actually free improv classes from the kindness of others. So start with that. And then once you have that down, as you save up more money, you can take up another class, like a scene study class or something like that. Another thing, you need to have a nest egg. I would highly recommend you have about 20 grand. Why? Because there are going to be times where you don't have any gigs. There are going to be times where you don't have any job. Also, you need a job. Now, what kind of job do you need, you ask? You need a flexible job, something like DoorDash, Uber Eats, or Grubhub, Postmates, all of those. I highly recommend a job where you can literally leave at the last second right after doing a delivery and literally go race down to the audition. Nowadays, we have what are called self-tapes. So you can see right here, that is my self-tape kind of setup. I highly recommend you have a blue background. Now, after you've taken a class, after you have the job lined up, after you have your nest egg for emergencies, the second thing you gotta do is while you are learning about acting, you can go ahead and get your headshots done, add things to your resume. And the way to add things to your resume is you need to get on the casting website first, such as Backstage. You can also look for gigs on Facebook and LinkedIn and other social media, but if you're going to use social media, be very careful and ask the right questions, such as like, where is the shoot and what is it about? Get more information, because if it has something like you have to have sex or something weird that is not appropriate, that is definitely a scam. Avoid agencies. Don't even think about signing up with an agency until you actually have all that experience on a resume. So you need to get on Backstage, you need to apply to as many as you can, and I kid you not, I had to apply to 80 pages worth of auditions before I even got accepted into one. So rejection, get used to it, guys. I'm telling you. Headshots, sorry for the noise in the background. As far as your headshots go, I took my own headshot and I still got a gig. So I did it with my iPhone. Eventually I do want to update it and I actually do want to spend some money on it. It's just me being a cheapo, I'm just refusing to. You can find photographers on Instagram or Facebook and see who has the best deal, maybe $100 to $250 for like 3 different shots. I would do that. But in the meantime, you can take your own on your iPhone. For example, I have an iPhone 12, and so the camera quality is really good. And what I usually do is after I edit it on PicMonkey, I would just use a gray blanket, because I had a gray blanket hanging in my self-tape area just for the headshot, not for the auditions. That's actually how I got the audition, is I used a blue blanket instead. By the way, that's another thing. For your self-taping, you need to use a blue background, because when you have the light on you, it just looks better. From what I've heard on Backstage, blue is apparently a lucky color, but I've been wearing pink because pink just looks good on me. Wear what looks good on you. Make sure it is a solid color, guys. It's not some distracting pattern, so that they can focus on you. Do not wear any lipstick, wear minimal makeup, maybe some eyeliner. Don't do eyeshadow and all that. My makeup's very simple anyway, so easy, right? Okay. So once you have enough experience, enough student film experience, enough commercial experience, you are only doing the non-union jobs in the beginning. Your goal is to get into the Actors Union. Another thing, there's a book by Jenna Fischer, Actor Survival Guide. I highly suggest that book. It is a lifesaver. It literally tells you everything. So after you do that, guys, you are trying to get in the union. So from those non-union jobs that you're getting, like for commercials and different things like that, little feature things, you are going to get vouchers from them. Now, not all non-union jobs provide vouchers, and it is very hard to get a voucher in LA. I personally, I think you just have to take the risk and take every non-union job you get, low paying or high paying. You got to take everything you get, as long as it doesn't go against your values or your beliefs, or you're not, your morality, because I myself, I'm a Christian, and I am not going to show nudity. I'm not going to do revealing things. So you got to think about your values here as well. That's another thing for actors who are Christian. It's okay to go off track and do movies and shows that are a little, you know, they're not Christian, but as long as they don't do implied like nudity and all that stuff, you're good. So after you do that, you're gonna get into the union, okay? After you have those union vouchers, then you can start signing up for agencies. With your experience and the fact that you're in a union, you're ready to. Another thing, how to avoid scams with agencies, you are going to want to make sure they do not ask for money up front. They are not allowed to take, I think it's a 10 or 20% out of anything until you actually book something and you get paid. Then they take that out of your paycheck, the 10 to 20% cut. Be very careful and make sure you have a written contract with the agent and that they're not lying to you, because some agents can say, oh yes, we're going to do that, but then they might take a higher percentage out of it. So make sure you communicate to the agent beforehand in your terms and conditions. When you're an actor, you're running a business, okay? So you got to have contracts. I used to model last year, and with all the photographers I met up with, before I even met them, so that they couldn't cancel, so that I won't cancel, whatever, but also so that I would actually be paid, I would put strictly in the contract, paid before the photo shoot itself. That is what I did. So contracts, there's an app, I think there's some apps, I can't remember it right now, maybe I'll put it in the video if I find it, that you can easily have both parties sign or whatever. But I think in the acting world it's a little bit different. So for my student films, I have some that are coming up that I'm going to be cast into actually. And for those, I am going to be creating a contract to guarantee that I get a demo reel out of it. Because yes, it's unpaid, but the very least you can ask of them is to get a demo reel. I'm creating a contract to ensure that, so that I can, you know, if they don't give me a demo reel, I can take legal action. Again, it is a business. Always have contracts, unpaid or paid or not, because you need to get a demo reel out of that, even if it's unpaid. Now, if it's paid, you still need some kind of contract or something. They need to have it. They usually have the contract for you and you read it if it's paid. However, if it's unpaid, I mean, I'm always gonna have my own contract, just in case. As long as it doesn't, and then I'm gonna have them read over it before I even go. So I highly suggest that, whether you're an actor or model or any kind of business person, you gotta have that, just to protect yourself. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Continue watching more short films of mine. I will post one soon. Tell me, do you like the acting tips better, or do you like the films that I've been creating more? I feel like acting tips are a lot more helpful. And as I grow this YouTube channel, I will also give you guys more advice, more tips as I'm on my acting journey. Because right now on my journey, I am in that kind of getting experience phase. It's just from my research, I have this information now, and I have the information and the power to know how to nail those auditions. So I want to give back to you guys. All right, like for more, comment for more ideas on the next video, and go ahead and hit that bell, hit the notification. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye, and Chica's True. Have a great day.